Yeah, it's just crazy because those stairs, I hit those stairs. I caught these right here. These.
Oh, okay.
Those.
Okay, got Darius McCrary standing here in front of me, and Darius,
Yes, sir.
could you tell us, just your name and where you were from, where you were born?
I'm Darius McCrary. I was born in Los Angeles, California, and I hail from Los Angeles, California, and I was raised by some OGs right over there around Florence and Normandy, somewhere around the 60s, between the 60s and the 70s, something like that. I was born in 76, not to be confused with the 60s.
And so you also are a product of truly a legendary family, the McCrarys.
Absolutely, absolutely. The McCrarys are an amazing, iconic musical family. They've worked with some of the greatest musical minds that have inspired so much love and so much happiness and good music throughout the years, for decades. And they're still working. Father Howard McCrary, his brother Alfred, his brother Sam, his sisters Linda and Cherry are McCrarys.
So, who would be, as far as a man and woman, inspires you to this day?
Well, to this day, who inspires me, man and woman, it's so funny because I've been blessed to play a character, Eddie Winslow, and everybody always talks about how wonderful Carl and Harriet are, but Carl and Harriet can hold no candle to Howard and Shay McCrary, my mother and my father. Shay is amazing. She was my manager for decades. In fact, probably, arguably, some of the best years of my career. She was definitely at the helm of management, and my father, the musical genius Howard McCrary, taught me much of what I know of performing and entertaining, so I've been told, brought a lot of joy to a lot of hearts for decades.
Once, and I think it was before we went to Canada or Vancouver, and you were filming a television series called Freedom, and I was talking to your father and about you and your music, and he told me that you are his hero.
Wow.
He told me that, your father, and to hear you say that about your dad and your mom, it brings chills, but at the same time, I remember your father was telling me,
wow,
how you were his hero.
What an honor, because he definitely is my hero. My dad, I live to be able to not only impress him, but to make him proud of anything that I do musically. Once I get his approval, I know that I don't have to do anything else to it. I don't have to do anything more. The meal is done.
What would you say was your one of your favorite movies? You've done a number of movies and with some really great actors, Academy Award nominated actors. And the first movie that you've done, the second movie you've done, could you tell us about that?
Well, first movie I ever did was a movie called Big Shots. That was quite an honor, working with such an amazing group of people. Ivan Reitman was executive producer of that, and Joe Esternhaus wrote it. Written movies like Shawshank Redemption and movies like Showgirls. And the second movie I did was a movie called Mississippi Burning, which won an Oscar. So that was quite an honor to be a part of that cast.
I look at that movie and I see that you were a young boy, and all of the characters that were playing the men, you were more of a man. You sort of stood up more. You had more courage, as it were. Did you look at yourself, and when you look at that movie, did you see that?
Well, I think that in every film that I have ever had the pleasure of being in, or in every role that I've had the pleasure of working, I think that there's some part of myself in that role, no matter what, whether it's me just being able to relate to the funniness in it, or being able to relate to just something that I can look at and I can make it real for myself. So as a child, when I was doing that, I would never forget Gene Hackman's words to me were to just tell the truth and be honest. And so I think that in retrospect, not being present during such a difficult and trying time for African Americans, not much different than the trying times that we're experiencing in this day and age. The only difference is that we do have recording devices and we have social media to make people aware of our plight. But I think that at some point I do recall finding something that resembles a part of myself that would be able to draw from inner strength to be able to speak up or stand up in the face of injustice.
Darius, we know that again that you've done the television and the movies and recording and singing, and everyone knows that you have a wonderful voice. You're always in the gym, training and inspiring and motivating. What motivates you to do what you do on a continuous basis?
Well, Grandmaster, I think what motivates me are the teachings that I've received from some of my great teachers, such as yourself, from Grandmaster Hugh McDonald, from my mother, from my father, from people like Bishop Blake, Charles E. Blake. Growing up, remembering the greatness that I had the pleasure of witnessing, and wanting to achieve that level of greatness. And so I found that consistency is the key. As you've always taught me, if you have to keep moving, you can't look at where you are and say this is where I am. You have to continue moving. So those who continue are the ones who are able to reap the reward. And so that's what my motivation is to continue setting an example and moving toward that mark and pressing on.
As you said the word continue, you haven't stopped. You want to set an example for others to follow. So we know that you're not done. You've got things that are coming out and that you're working on as we speak, whether it be music, television, movies. Is it something that you care to share, or something that you might be doing, or you want to just tell everyone to stay tuned?
Well, there's a whole lot more that I have to do, a whole lot more in store, and I'm just going to tell you guys to stay tuned. You're going to be pleasantly surprised sooner than later.
So now, but before we end, it's something to sing about, something to sing about. And the eyes on the sparrow. Can you just give us just a little bit of that, just on the end of that, or one of your favorite tunes, D? Just a bar or two?
Teacher, I can't.
The eye on the sparrow. We'll just tell them to keep your eye on the sparrow.
All I'll tell you is to keep your eye on the sparrow. Yes, because the sparrow is still flying.
Darius McCrary, thank you so much, sir, for giving me the time and the effort and to talk to you and just get a few things out. And I appreciate you so much. We love you. We love you. The Original Way Association, the Black Writer Federation, and I think everybody in the world. We see that, and all your posts and your energy is unmatched. And again, Darius McCrary, icon, legend, pioneer, hero of the community.